Snow drifted softly over the glowing Christmas market lights, and Maya walked carefully between families, holding warm cocoa hands brushing against twinkling garlands and children laughing. In bright winter coats, she wore a soft red shawl and a hopeful smile, though behind her gentle eyes lived a quiet fear that tonight might turn into another memory she wished she could erase. A small restaurant sat at the corner, decorated with golden bells and warm fairy lights, and its windows breathed clouds of warmth. Into the cold December night, Maya stepped inside, feeling the sudden whoosh of heat on her face, and looked around for the man who had asked her out on the dating app. Something rare had sparked between them when she told him the truth that she was deaf. Instead of disappearing like many others, he had continued talking, asking about her world, her silence, her strength. She hoped maybe he could see her as more than what she lacked. She spotted him at a table near the window, tapping his foot impatiently. When she waved with a bright spark of hope, he looked up, gave a half smile, then pointed to his watch. Maya signed a small apology, trying to express she was only a little late because the snow slowed her down. The man did not sign. He had promised he would try learning some, but today he made no effort. He pulled out his phone and typed a short message, then pushed it toward her. The screen said, "You should have texted. I felt dumb waiting." Here Maya gave a polite nod, though her heart tightened. She tried signing something simple like, "Thank you for coming," but he only sighed and looked away when the waiter arrived. The man spoke quickly and carelessly, without looking at her, as if she were invisible. Maya tried reading his lips, but he talked fast and mumbled. She felt the familiar sting of being present but not included. The man finally leaned back and looked at her with a cold expression. Then he said something slowly enough for her to read. "My ex texted me. She wants to meet. I think I should go now." "This is not working." Maya stared at him for a moment, trying to understand if she misunderstood. His chair scraped the floor, and he stood, shrugging helplessly, as if she were a mistake he wanted to erase. He walked toward the door, leaving behind the faint trail of expensive cologne and a sharp, aching emptiness. She sat alone, surrounded by couples, laughing in soft candlelight. Tears gathered in her eyes, not loud tears, only quiet ones slipping down her cheeks. She pushed her hands under the table, trying to warm them, but the cold inside her chest refused to leave. She did not want to go home yet. She did not want silence to feel like loneliness. She only wanted kindness, some small sign that the world had space for her too. Maya folded her hands in her lap, closing her eyes for a few seconds, letting the noise of the restaurant fade. Even though she could not hear it, she could still feel the vibrations, the movement, the energy of people living full, warm lives. While she tried to steady her feelings, two small shapes suddenly appeared at the edge of her vision. Two little girls, maybe 8 or 9, wearing matching purple coats, stood by her table. Their cheeks were bright pink from the cold, and their eyes sparkled in the golden lights. Maya blinked, surprised, not sure if they meant to approach her. They looked at each other, whispered, or maybe giggled, she could not tell, then stepped closer. One girl lifted her hands slowly, shyly forming a sign. Maya stared in disbelief. The girl was signing hello. "Are you alone?" Maya answered gently. "Yes, I am." The girls exchanged a quick, excited look. Their movements were not perfect, but they knew enough to communicate. The other girl stepped forward and signed. "We saw you crying. We learned signing for our cousin. She is deaf too." Maya felt warmth blooming in her chest. Her sadness loosened its grip, seeing their tiny hands move with such kindness. The first girl signed again. "Can we join you? We do not want you to be alone. It is Christmas." Maya covered her mouth, emotion shaking her shoulders, because no one had ever approached her like this. Two little girls, offering what grown adults always fail to give: acceptance, inclusion, humanity. She nodded gratefully. The girls slid into the chairs across from her, their feet swinging happily. Under the table, they introduced themselves through signs mixed with words that Maya read from their lips. Lily and Arya. They told her about the market, the carousel, the cotton candy, the snow angels they planned to make after dinner. Their mother waved from a nearby table, smiling warmly, wanting to make sure Maya was comfortable. Maya signed a small thank you to her, and the woman placed a hand over her heart. Back at Maya's table, the girls continued signing, sometimes slowly, sometimes mixing signs with enthusiastic gestures. Maya laughed softly. "Oh, soundless laugh, yet so full that her shoulders shook. The girls showed her their favorite signs like cookie and Christmas tree and magic. They signed that she looked beautiful in her red shawl and that the boy who left did not deserve her. Maya felt something inside her begin to mend, something she thought would stay broken forever. The girls insisted Maya join their family for dinner, and though she hesitated, not wanting to intrude, their mother warmly insisted, pulling an extra chair and placing it beside her. The table sparkled with cheerful conversation, the kind Maya usually felt left out of, but tonight everything felt different. The mother used simple signs where she could and wrote quick notes when Maya missed something. The father made sure she could see his face when he spoke, slowly letting her read his lips. The grandparents even tried signing a clumsy Merry Christmas that made the entire table burst into laughter. Maya felt herself relaxing, letting the warmth of the room seep into her heart. For the first time in a long while, she felt seen. The girls sat on either side of her, showing her drawings they had made earlier in the day. One drawing showed a big snowman with a crooked hat. The other showed a girl with shiny black hair, just like Maya, giving cookies to a lonely child. Maya touched the drawing gently, wondering how these little girls could understand her feelings this deeply. After dinner, the girls grabbed her hands and pulled her outside into the snowy square. The air was crisp, glowing with colorful lanterns and falling flakes. The crowd hummed with Christmas spirit, though Maya felt only a soft vibration through her boots. The girls made her stand between them and began signing a Christmas song they learned from their cousin, a rhythm she could only feel through their tiny bouncing steps. But it was enough. They danced around her and Maya joined, slowly, shyly. Then she laughed. Again, a warm, joyful laugh that reached her eyes. The mother recorded the moment, smiling with pride. Maya felt like she was part of something again, a small, beautiful world shaped by kindness. Later, they all walked toward a wooden bench near the large Christmas tree illuminating the entire square with golden warmth. The girls leaned against Maya, yawning softly but still smiling. Maya looked at them, her heart overflowing with gratitude and wonder. She pulled out a small notebook from her bag and wrote a message to the mother, telling her how deeply this night had touched her, how the girls reminded her that kindness still lived in the world. The mother read it and signed, "You are family now if you want." Maya's eyes glistened. They sat together watching the snow fall, listening to distant carolers. Maya felt a new memory forming, not one of rejection but one of connection. She looked at the girls, who were now drawing hearts in the snow with their boots, and she knew she would carry this night with her forever. The world felt brighter, softer, safer in their presence, the warmth of their kindness wrapped around her like a gift she never expected, a Christmas she would never forget.